For more on Game 3, we welcome in our NBA insider, Ian Begley from Indianapolis. Ian, much was made about the starting lineup Coach Tom Thibodeau went with Mitch Robertson coming in and putting Josh Hart on the bench. Did you think of that call and the way he managed his bench throughout the game? What did you think of it?
I mean, listen, big changes in the rotation, big change in the starting five that hadn't changed all year. And these were moves that had to be made. Knicks down 2-0, and obviously they paid off. And Tom Thibodeau, I think, deserves a lot of credit for making these moves. Obviously, he didn't want to do that. He almost got forced to do it with the way the series was going. And then you saw, Mitchell Robinson, I thought he played well in this game. But then you look more so DeLon Wright, Landry Shamet, guys who hadn't played much at all in recent weeks. They come in and they give the Knicks big minutes. They're on the floor when the Knicks are coming back in the fourth quarter, and you really couldn't say enough about the professionalism of those guys. Tom Thibodeau was highly complimentary of Wright and Shamet.
Yeah, for sure. And Ian, somehow the Knicks got back in this game in the fourth. Karl-Anthony Towns, 20 points in that quarter. What did you see from Towns in that final 12 minutes?
He looked like an All-NBA player, and he looked like the player that the Knicks traded for prior to training camp, thinking that he was going to transform their offense. This is what he did in the fourth quarter. I mean, he was remarkable. Coming into that quarter, 4 fouls, 4 turnovers, 4 points, and you heard him credit his teammates, but this was Towns taking over, playing like the dominant center that he is, playing like the best big man shooter in the NBA, really saving the Knicks season in that stretch. If they don't get that, obviously they go down 3-0. Now they have some life here coming back for Game 4 on Tuesday.
Yeah, put the team on his back for sure. Ian, quickly here, Jalen Brunson sat most of the fourth quarter with foul trouble, but came through in the clutch. What can you say about his performance?
You know, he credited the people around him for being able to kind of stay locked in on the moment, not let the frustration that he was feeling on the floor kind of overtake things. And then he comes in late in the fourth quarter, hits a huge shot for the Knicks, one of the biggest shots of the night, and it just speaks to his ability to kind of be steady amid whatever's going on around him. However he played the last play, he kind of puts it behind him. It's what you've seen all year, and really since he's come to New York, it's a special trait, and it's a big reason why the Knicks are where they are.
JJ and CeeLo are back with more on the Knicks, guys. Karl-Anthony Towns, 20 points in the fourth quarter. He was the epitome of clutch in Game 3. CeeLo, are we going to remember this game as the Karl-Anthony Towns game?
Sure, if they win the series. If they don't, I think, unfortunately, we kind of throw it right out the window. But for right now, sure, it's the Karl-Anthony Towns game, and it feels good. It wasn't just the 20 points. I think there were 8 rebounds in that final quarter, a couple of nice assists as well. So he had everything going, and this is something I'm still seeing with him. I feel like he's been a different player when Jalen Brunson comes off the floor. I don't necessarily mean that in a bad way or some sort of big issue the Knicks have to contend with, but I just think it's a different version, a more aggressive, assertive version of Karl-Anthony Towns when he can kind of be the guy. Because Brunson's such a dominant ball handler and the offense runs through him. It just seems that Towns kind of ramps it up and takes it to another level. And the Knicks needed that tonight because Brunson was not on his game and in foul trouble. So when the Knicks started to change things late in the third quarter and then into the fourth, when Towns really started to cook both from three-point range, taking it to the basket, he gave you everything that you know he's capable of, and the reason why they went out and made the big move to acquire him this past offseason. So he can be perplexing and frustrating at times. The Knicks had to have it with the season on the line. He delivered. So if it sparks a comeback and they win the series, yes, it should be remembered as the Karl-Anthony Towns game.
Gang, what's so amazing about this performance from Karl-Anthony Towns is the first 2.5 quarters, he was an absolute mess. He's picking up fouls. He's all out of sorts. The team, for that matter, is all out of sorts. They're down 20 points. They look as dead as a doornail. And then all of a sudden, the light flipped on. Or, I don't know, like you lit the fuse, the spark, whatever it was. It was a different version of Karl-Anthony Towns. He was aggressive. He was taking the ball to the rack at will. He's hitting these crazy shots. And it's what makes him such a fantastic player to watch, because he's an amazingly fun, talented, skilled offensive player. He's incredibly maddening as well, because you want that version all the time. So, yeah. And Chelsea, no knock on these guys. The DeLon Wright or the Landry Shamet or the Deuce McBride game doesn't sound as cool.
The Cat game sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Even if they don't win the series, no, CeeLo?
I can't go that far yet.
All right, we'll leave that here. Okay, quickly, guys, JJ, we made a lot of the lineup change that Tom Thibodeau made in Game 3. What do you think the starting lineup should look like for Game 4 on Tuesday?
I'm sticking with the same starting lineup I had in Game 3, but to me, this is far more about the bench minutes. You got serious bench production, whether it was Wright, whether it was Shamet. Deuce McBride saved their bacon late in the third quarter, early in the fourth quarter. I want to see against this deep Indiana team, Tom Thibodeau, who, to his credit, adjusted this rotation. Maybe it was the foul trouble. Maybe it's, hey, Indiana has too many guys. I want to see him stick with a deeper 8-9-man flow. That, to me, is far more important, Sewell, than who's starting the game.
I'm with you on that. As far as the starting lineup goes, my initial instinct was to say, well, they came back and won the game, so you don't want to mess with anything. But they were so dreadful in the first half. That initial change to the starting five didn't really provide the desired effect or results or impact. What they did after halftime, late third, early fourth, was really where it was at. So it wouldn't shock me if Tibbs goes back to the way it was. They just need to start these games better.
Definitely. We'll see what they decide to do.